Hello, you are tuned to Cafe Cabaret. And the title of this presentation, I hope you don't mind if I shave while I go through this, is The Wrong Hero in Meet the Wife. Got to get all gussied up here. She hates it when I leave my razor on the bathroom sink because that's her territory. There's a number of things that she really hates. Like whenever I leave water anywhere, on the floor, on the kitchen sink, anywhere. If I drop water on the rug, I mean, she'll get all upset, because who knows, maybe it'll stain the rug. But it's water, I say. I don't care, she says. And let's see, it was only about 4 weeks after Christmas that she finally took the Christmas tree down. As a matter of fact, one of the Christmas stockings is still on the windowsill. One of the Christmas presents she was going to give out is still sitting on the floor. The exercycle that she got for Christmas 4 weeks later, it has finally been assembled, but she hasn't used it yet. The sewing machine I bought her 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, that I was so upset at having to buy for her that I slammed my finger in a car door as we were loading it in. That's been sitting in the... she's made exactly one pot holder with it. It's been sitting in the closet ever since I bought it for her. Now, this is not my wife, by the way. In fact, I'm not really married. I mean, I call her my wife because we've been engaged for like 7.5 years or something, a fact which she never tires of reminding me. It's only recently, since I've decided to go to school and get a degree, that she's been nice to me again. And I say, well, what's with this nice stuff all of a sudden? I mean, this is very suspicious, I'm saying, Always wanted to look a gift horse in the mouth. And she says, well, at least now that you're in school, at least you're trying, she says. And so it's like, okay, I'm going to ride this one out as long as I can. And then, inevitably, though, it'll be like something will come up. Actually, she's sort of already back to her old self to a certain degree. Like she gets peeved. And when she gets peeved, it's like, well, you don't want to be around. Let's just say that. I wish there was some way I could do this while, like, getting ready for work. Because I got to be at work in 45 minutes, and this is like a 30-minute tape. This is a disgrace, isn't it? The reason I'm doing this in such a big hurry and stuff is because at the end of January, CCTV will not be having like morning hours anymore, and so I will have no real time during which I can go and drop my tapes off without causing myself incredible personal inconvenience. So I want to get as many of these done as I can by the end of January, so that means that you are watching this now, and I guess it's probably 4, 11, 8, it's like the 25th of February or something, I don't know. And that's why, okay? It's not my fault, it's their fault. It's always their fault. It's never my fault. It's always about me, right? It's never about them. Yep, today is Tuesday, February 25th, unless they've decided to stop showing these things that I produce for them. Because, lately my output really hasn't been everything that it should be. And, boy, this is really tough. It's going to be tough for me to get to work on time. Maybe I can dash around and perform various getting ready for work type functions while doing this. I don't know though, it's kind of problematic, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's going to be kind of hard for you to hear what I have to say. Maybe okay, I'm going to ask you for your opinion now. What do you think? Should I bring a grapefruit to work? It's really high time I got on some sort of diet. Like, she went on a diet, right? And this is sort of like leads into this presentation. She went on a diet back in 1991 or something, one of those Weight Watcher deals, and where they charge you every week, and then they charge you even if you don't show up, just to give you some sort of monetary incentive. I think they should get some people they should give it to for free, like me, for instance. But anyway, I tagged along with her on these things. I didn't have to pay myself, and it was really good. It worked. I mean, she lost a lot of weight, and so did I. But then we both gained it all back, and then some. Like I was at 220 pounds or something. I guess this was like 1991, and people were jeering at me. People in restaurants were, like looking at me skeptically across the table as I ordered something. It's like, you don't need that. You don't need all that food. There's an incredible social stigma attached to being grotesquely overweight, and it's really astonishing how people consider it their business. Like I was at this seminar just last Tuesday, and there was this guy who had a huge belly, and he's in his like early 50s maybe or late 40s, and he was late coming back from lunch for the seminar, and they asked him where he was. He said he went to get a Big Mac, and he couldn't find the McDonald's, and she was like, "Oh, a Big Mac? You shouldn't have that. You know what I had for lunch? I had a salad and some cottage cheese." And he was like taking it all in good faith and stuff. He was a little feeble-minded actually, uh, but it's like people seem to think that they seem to consider it their business to tell you what you can eat. But one of the most convincing, if I had any personal vanity at all, I wouldn't let myself go like this. And I do intend to lose some of this weight again. See, the thing is, I was at 220, and then I lost like 40 pounds, and I was down to 180. But then I did this thing on Rush Limbaugh, and I figured I needed to gain a little weight, a la Robert De Niro, to fit the part. But the weight gain went beyond the 195 pounds that I had hoped to stop at, and before too long I had ballooned up to, I don't know, probably 235 pounds. Let's see what I weigh here. It's a real disgrace too, because I hit 238, and then I said, this has got to stop. And so I dieted some and got all the way back down to 230, which, may not be much to you. Whoa, according to this scale, I weigh 249 pounds. That's insane. That can't be right. 249 pounds? That's unbelievable. No, wait, 247. And, subtract the weight of the clothing I'm wearing, which is minimal. 240, I've never weighed this much in my life, and I hope to never weigh this much again. This is unbelievable. I've got to do something. Like, I'll tell you, what it is, though? It's winter, right? And even though it really hasn't been that bad a winter, it's been very cold, and I haven't really, unbelievable, though. 247 pounds? Man, once I hit 250, that's it. I'll be like 70 pounds over what they say is my ideal weight, and a good 50 pounds over, the weight that I've pretty much, been sort of carrying around since graduating from college. I guess when I graduated from college, I was at about 190, which is probably about 10 pounds too much. But, I wanted to get all fattened up, because, when you're in college, you can eat as much as you want, and you don't have to pay for it. You pay for it. You pay a flat rate, right? Then when you get out of college, you got to start paying for your food. And I was losing weight when I got out of college. I lost like 20 pounds. I was down to like 170. And I'm 6 foot tall, just to give you some idea. You can't see me, but which is too bad. You probably haven't seen me in about 6 weeks on this program because of the damn camera, It takes forever to get a picture out of it, and I don't have that kind of time. Especially lately, I've been like making up lost time during the Christmas holidays. The place I work at, they don't, give me a Christmas holiday. I don't have any benefits whatsoever. If I miss a day because of a holiday, I have to make it up on some other day, which is why I have to be at work at noon instead of at 2:30 like I usually have to be. See, starting next week, ironically enough, I can be at work as long, I'll have all morning to do this. I got to go to school on Mondays, and but I'll have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings free, Like I'll have like maybe something on the order of 5 hours, 6 hours a day to work on this stuff, which is about as much time as I'm going to need to get caught up here, because I've really been falling behind. But anyway, yeah, it's bad. I got to make up lost time at work and stuff, and I'm so busy I don't even have time to exercise. Can you believe that? Well, you lazy piece of shit. Instead of driving the 1 mile to work, why don't you walk? Well, yeah, but that takes an extra 10 minutes, and I don't have that kind of time. At least I haven't lately. But, in the months to come, perhaps I will. maybe I'll start walking from Central Square to Harvard Square to get to my other job on the weekends. And instead of paying the 85 cents or trying to sneak through the subway, I had this card, this subway pass that was months old, but it still worked. But now it doesn't work anymore. So now I've been paying 85 cents every time I wanted to go 1 mile. Like in the old days, I would have never paid that much money. But anyway, this diet, we both lost about 50 pounds or something like that, and then we gained it all back and then some. I mean, I must have gained 30 pounds over the weight I was back before I started dieting. So, I mean, that weight gain is worse for you than being fat. I mean, losing it, that's a strain on your body, your kidneys, your liver, whatnot. I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV, but I know this. And then gaining it all back, it's even worse in a way. I mean, as your body piles on the poundage, and it's because I don't get any exercise at all, really, none whatsoever. And I must look disgusting. I mean, I'm used to the way I look, but I'm sure that everybody else in the world isn't. Ever since I started this job down at Providence College like 6 months ago, I probably gained at least 10 or 15 pounds. It's because I spend 40 hours eating lunch. I mean, 40 minutes eating lunch, and I should only spend like 20 minutes eating lunch and then stop eating at the end of 20 minutes. And this diet starts today. No more ice cream. I haven't really been eating ice cream. That's the thing. I bought some ice cream sandwiches. They're the Snackwell's kind, which are supposedly less fatty and stuff. But they're such tiny ones. You want to eat 2 or 3 of them, and you do. Instead of like just one good healthy ice cream bar with old-fashioned fat ice cream. Anyway, no, I've sort of stopped eating ice cream by and large. But it's so easy to gain weight when you're not like exercising regularly, and and also when you're in a relationship and stuff, and you don't have to worry about like looking good, then you sort of let yourself slide a little bit, and I'm mentioning this only because it fits the format of Meet the Wife. I'm afraid this is going to be a rather I don't know how to put it exactly. It's not going to really have much to do with the subject matter of the title, Meet the Wife, because there's no, I can't show you her picture. Well, let me describe her to you. She's about 5'4". I'm not going to tell you how much she weighs because that's her business. Nor am I going to divulge her age because I don't think she'd like that. She's Irish and part French, and she's very pretty, and I don't know if you'd say she was conventionally beautiful, but I'm not really interested in that. But she's very pretty, and she has beautiful hair, but she cuts it short, and I like it long, but that's okay, because it's her hair, and she can do with it what she likes. And that's a pretty benevolent attitude, isn't it? Oh yeah, my wife, I think I'll keep her, yeah, So, and she has a beautiful voice, and everything about her is just so nice, and I'm not going to get into any of this sex stuff, because that's kind of embarrassing, and, I mean, that's none of your business. I'm not going to let you, I mean, the fact that I'm a great celebrity and all doesn't mean that you have input over every single aspect of my life. I really have to go to the bathroom, but I don't think it would be nice to like sit on the toilet and shout this towards the camera while I'm doing it. I see by the clock that it's 11:26. I've got to be at work at 12, and that means I got to take a shower. Boy, this is just not going to work out. I don't know how I'm going to do all this. Maybe if I like get ready for lunch and stuff, but if I move the camera, it might turn off. And if that happens, then I'll be slowed down even more. So I got to be very careful. Very careful here. There we go. Oh, just made it. Just made it. Just a little bit more here. Okay, I guess this is good. And let's see. Here's what I'm going to have for lunch, okay? As part of my like new diet, so I can look good and not be. I mean, I don't look that bad because I'm starting to get breasts, Like I'm pulling my shirt up now. I got little breasts. I mean, I've always had them, but I mean they're more pronounced. You can actually get your hand around them and stuff. One time I was hitchhiking in upstate New York, and this woman and her incredibly tiny infant son, she was driving with her son, and she picked me up, which was kind of odd, because usually a woman with a baby, they wouldn't pick you up, but I guess it must have looked pretty inoffensive or something, or maybe she'd seen me before, or I don't know. Don't ask me to explain. Hey, I just found my English-Polish dictionary. Well, I've been looking all over for that. I'm half Polish. Anyway, maybe she was Polish too. Maybe that's why she picked me up. She recognized a fellow Pole in distress. I'm also half Italian, by the way, which is why I have such a incredibly enlightened attitude towards women and whether they should be allowed to do what they want or not, because for most Italians, that would be a sign of femininity, right? But I'm secure enough in my masculinity, and my Italian heritage does not in any way affect my ability to um, use reason when dealing with my life companion, and allow her to do what she likes. But anyway, this woman and her baby picked me up, and I was probably at about 195 pounds, and the baby starts sucking at my breast. Well, I was a real kickaroo. Well, just to give you an example of how nice I am to my girlfriend, it's like last night, I called her at about 6 o'clock. She wasn't home. Maybe she wasn't answering the phone. Maybe she was over at her mother's house. Her mother lives like a mile away, right? So, I mean, she's there all the time, and that's cool. Girl and her mommy and all that, and her daddy, and her parents are nice people. And anyway, they're like my parents, kind of. I mean, it's kind of weird because they're so close, and I don't see my own parents very much. But like for like 5 years or something. But anyway, yeah, I called her up at 6. She wasn't home. Then I called her around, I don't know, 7 o'clock or something. And I said, oh, hi, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. What time are you going to be home? She says. Oh, about 8 o'clock. I get out of work at 7:30. It's a mile away. I could be home at 7:35 if I, sort of broke my neck to get home. And she says, well, why don't you come home right away? Like, well, what's the difference? I got to go to the market. You go to the market every day, she says, and it's true. I do go to the market virtually every day. I got to tell you why. Because I get these triple coupons, that the Johnny's Food Master or whatever, they hand these out, and you scoop up a bunch of them and you cut them out. And so, the stores down in Rhode Island, the papers don't print the triple coupons, and they haven't for a few years, but they still honor them. So here I am with these Massachusetts triple coupons down in Rhode Island, and I'm getting this stuff for free. It's unbelievable. Stop and Shop isn't so good. They sort of make you buy $5 worth of stuff in order to get the free stuff. But at Edwards, which I think is a chain that's only down in Rhode Island, I don't think you have it up in Massachusetts. At Edwards, they don't care. You can waltz in there and um, buy $12 worth of groceries and get it for like $2 or something, and they just don't care. And I found, this is like a loophole, and I sort of found it out. But now I'm extremely reluctant to go out and buy anything unless I can also cash in 5 triple coupons and the coupons that go with them. Like Sensodyne toothpaste, for example. They have these 75-cent off coupons. The stuff costs $2.59. You triple 75, it's $2.25. So I'm getting the toothpaste for like 34 cents. Isn't that ridiculous? 34 cents for this expensive toothpaste. Or let's see, what did I buy last night? I got 100 Salada tea bags for 50 cents because I had a 50-cent off coupon, which was tripled, and they were on sale for $2. So I got 100 tea bags for 50 cents. I mean, if that's not good, and I could have gotten them I could have gotten 50 of them for 19 cents, but hey, I can always use tea bags. And let's see, I got 4 Dannon yogurts. They were on sale, 2 for $1. I had a 40-cent off coupon, so I got 4 Dannon yogurts for 80 cents, which is 20 cents per yogurt, which, no wonder I'm gaining so much weight, I mean, and I got 8 of them, right? So I got 8 of them for $1.60. And, well, we go through a lot of yogurt in this family. Now, to my credit, I do get the low-fat yogurt that doesn't have any sugar in it. It's like the 100-calorie yogurt. Um, and I try to eat the milk products because my dentist years ago said, well, you need calcium. And I said, yeah, but isn't milk fattening? And they say, skim milk's just as good as regular milk when it comes to calcium. So you can drink skim milk till it's coming out of your ears, and it's good for you. And of course, skim milk, that has calories too, of course. But, I mean, what can you do? Oh, this is nice. Oh. Guess now we got a blank screen for the next 10 minutes or so. So you can use it to sort of like visualize my lunch here. Yeah, anyway, I was telling you about the triple coupons. It's just insane. I mean, I got to get off this triple coupon kick, but then I wouldn't have all this delicious food here. Like I got these soups that I got for like 25 cents, 50 cents, because of the triple coupons. Like I got all this vegetable broth. I mean, you can't tell me that vegetable broth and rice are fattening, that they're not good for you somehow. Of course they are. In fact, I think I'm going to fix me a little dish of vegetable broth and rice right now while I'm talking. So, forgive me if I appear to be shouting. You see, here's the deal. Like, You know, it's not just the triple coupons that enable me to save enormous amounts of money, but it's also my shopping habits. Like, why buy 1 pound of basmati rice for $2 when you can get 10 pounds for $10? A savings of $10, right? I mean, of course, you don't eat that much rice in a year, but nonetheless, you have it there. Hear that? That's the basmati rice. I'm sorry you can't also see it as well. That's really too bad. You know, I wish there was something I could do about this. What's this? Empty, full, 56. Why does it say 56 minutes? That's weird. Because I know this is only a half-hour tape, right? Now it says 55. Oh well. You know, this is not good. I know that I only have about 5 minutes left, and yet it says 55 minutes. So I have no idea when this thing's going to end. Probably in about 10 minutes or so. So, you know, you get the basmati rice, you get the vegetable broth. I hope it doesn't all slop over and, like, cause a big accident. So, maybe I'll take some tropical fruit salad along with me, too. So I'll have, like, about a half an egg, you know, half a scrambled egg, an omelet, which amounts to about half an egg, a big grapefruit, some 100-calorie yogurt. And now I got a choice here between garden vegetable broth with 20 calories per cup, 40 calories per can, or let's see, the Swanson vegetable broth with 20 calories per cup, about 40 calories per can. They both have the same amount of calories, but let's see. One of them, the ingredients are vegetable broth. The College Inn vegetable broth has water, carrot juice, celery juice, zucchini juice, salt, onion juice, distilled vinegar, red pepper juice, garlic juice, green pepper juice, leek juice, parsley juice, tomato puree. Oh, that's the big difference. The garden vegetable broth has tomato puree, whereas the Swanson vegetable broth has water, carrots, celery, beets, parsley, lettuce, watercress, spinach, corn syrup. What the hell's that doing there? Salt, tomato puree, and onion oil, spice extract. Disodium inosinate, and disodium guanylate, flavor enhancers. Well, I don't know. I'm going to try the College Inn. But you know, the College Inn has 34% of your sodium for the day, and the Swanson has 42%. You know, wait a minute though. That's per serving, right? And like that means I'm getting like 80% of my sodium for the day if I drink the whole damn cup. Now, that's not good. And even so, I'm getting 2/3 of my sodium for the day if I use the superior College Inn vegetable broth. The College Inn has no fat, whereas the Swanson has 10 calories, 1 gram of fat per serving, 2% of your daily value. Well, that's not bad. See, I'm not into this whole thing where, oh, if you don't eat any fat, you don't gain weight. Well, that's just not true. I mean, anybody could tell you that that's not true, but there seems to be this sort of weird notion that's prevalent. So anyway, yeah, so I'll be on my broth diet here. I'll drink my baby brew from a big brass cup, and someday I'll be president if things loosen up. And yes, that's good. I'll have my vegetable broth, my rice. You know, that's good stuff. And then I'll have that half an omelet for the protein and 2 slices of bread for my breads for the day. And I just hope that this stuff doesn't overflow into my chopping bag. And then I'll have the grapefruits and stuff. It's all good stuff. That's what I'm saying. grapefruit pieces, and you can't go too far wrong. They really got to stop eating so much, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not good. It's not healthy. Oh, this stuff is like red. It looks like grapefruit juice. And also, you know what I really hate is when you open a can and the filthy lid falls into the soup. That's not good for you. You're eating all this crap, you know, all this dirt and stuff, and you don't want that. Who wants that? I mean, somehow it just don't seem right. So anyway, yeah, I guess I haven't really talked very much about the ostensible topic of this presentation, which was to have been Meet the Wife. But I promise that next week, in March, um, the Wrong Hero will be presenting the big book of cliches, right? Now, I don't think it's going to really be about cliches per se. I think instead what I'm going to do is like discuss some of the subject matter I spoke of at the end of January and the beginning of February, these modern fables that I've been working on. And I was really very pleased with how they came out when I last did them at the beginning of February. But of course, you know, this is sort of an exigency thing I'm doing here. I mean, you know, just like throwing this all together at the last minute. So kindly forgive me, oh perfect master, oh golden master, if this isn't quite like meet up to your exacting specifications insofar as video is concerned. I know you're used to sitting and hanging on my every word and listening to these incredibly uh, brilliant 2-hour tapes that I've been doing, and I know that it's very disappointing for you to get 30-minute tapes, but really this is only the second month in about 7 years that I've done this. You know, come out with half-hour tapes instead of 2-hour tapes. And you know, things just get, I mean, it's because I have these 30-minute tapes kicking around. That's the only time it ever happens. If I didn't have the tapes, I would fill the tapes, regardless, you know. But anyway, at least now I've bought myself like a month to start, you know, working up new material and stuff. I think what I'll do though is I'm going to ramp up slowly to 2 hours. I mean, I might use up a couple of my 1-hour tapes, you know, just to get back into the swing of things, just to get back up to speed. What's really frustrating is that I have no idea how much time is left on this tape. I suspect there's about 2 minutes, but the tape counter says 60 minutes, 50 minutes. And that's not right. I know it can't be right because, you know the way you can tell how much time is left on a tape? It's set, you know, how long a tape is, if you happen to be in this business, is because it says right on the tape itself in really tiny white lettering, whether it's a 30, a 60, or a 120, or a 130, or a 160. And this is madness. I used to do 160-minute tapes. I used to do 2-hour and 20-minute tapes. And now I'm down to half-hour tapes, 1/5 the length, or approximately. And, you know, that's just not right. Maybe I'll put on some soothing music. But wait a minute, I can't do that either, because that stuff's copyrighted. I don't hold the copyright. What can I do? You know, I have a feeling that once I get to the point where I can stop rushing around so much, I think I can like start losing a little weight. That would be good. Uh, see, your parents, if any of you happen to be youngsters, your parents are right when they say eat your vegetables, because really, vegetables are where it's at, Daddy-O. They may not taste good. You might be tempted to slather them with butter and other oils. And, if that's the way you've got to do it, then I'm not going to stop you. But vegetables are really good for you. You've got to have a lot of them. And if you don't, you'll end up to be like 70 pounds overweight like me. What a disgrace. My belly. Well, it's not quite to the point where it's like literally hanging out over my belt, but it will get to that point very soon if I'm not careful. I wish I knew how much time was left on this tape. I mean, the only way I can tell it's still running is because it's making this noise, right? Oh, I got about 30 seconds or so. Well, I guess this is as good a time as any. I'm sorry I didn't really talk much about my girlfriend, but I mean, the diet thing, that was basically the point I was trying to make, that, dieting, it's tough, it's difficult to lose the weight, and it's even more difficult to keep it off unless you have an exercise regimen. And, anyway, I'm the wrong hero. This has been the presentation entitled Meet the Wife. You are tuned to Cafe Cabaret. Ordinarily, Cafe Cabaret is broadcast every Tuesday night from 9 until 11 p.m. Of course, now it's only 9:30 and the show is over. And I guess you'll have to be watching like an hour and a half of video snow. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't leave me. Come back next week. I promise that the show will be at least an hour long, maybe 2 hours if I have the time. And you'll get to at least hear the wrong hero in action, if not actually see him. And I promise that before too long, you will actually get to see the wrong hero. I'm going to be doing an all-new show